Hello friends, I wanted to share a short video, special video today. My friend Bob Wells from Cheap RV Living came to see me today, and he offered to do a video of me giving him an interview. Kind of turned it around a little bit there. He's going to do the RTR 2020 in Parker at the La Paz Fairgrounds. So I hope you'll enjoy this video of finding out a little bit more about him. Thanks. Okay, it's recording. Okay. Hello friends, I would like to introduce you to Bob Wells. Most of you know him from Cheap RV Living. And he agreed to come and do a short interview with me. And I have a few questions I would like to ask you, Bob. Would you like to say hello to our audience? Everybody knows you. I've already introduced you many times on my videos.
Hi everyone, nice to talk to you and visit with you. I love every chance to get to see Dee and spend some time with her, so glad to be here.
Okay. Well, I kind of outlined a few questions for you, Bob. First of all, I guess the question is, do you feel like a celebrity?
Well, I'm afraid I have to say yes, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I go down here, especially in Quartzsite, I can't move around without people stopping me and saying hi.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of imposed on me, whether I want it or not.
Yeah, well, what I wanted to tell you is I don't see you as a celebrity.
Thank you.
A little stutterer, people. But the thing is, what I see you as is a man who loves this earth we live on. And you believe in taking care of the earth. And the way I see it is you're teaching people how to live here and do the same thing in unity and peace. That's the way I see you. I don't see you as a famous person, although I know you are. You wrote a book and done hundreds, thousands probably of videos. But I'm grateful that you do everything you do for these people, for the nomadic community. You bring them together and help them every way you can, even out of your own pocketbook. Okay. So here's the next question. Oops, I kind of got them mixed up a little bit. So, do you ever get tired of being on the video?
It's work, I'll have to admit it. I do. There are times when I think I'd like to just take a month off and not work and not make videos and not think about videos. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it to me, and I'm glad to do it.
That answers two of my questions. One of my questions was, do you ever want to just quit promoting and live in peace your way?
I do, and actually I kind of have a long-term goal of making that happen and finding a way to never quit completely, but work a lot less. And so I have a long-term goal to do that.
And you're starting to recruit a lot of people that help you with all this. So I notice it's probably relieved some, but never could relieve all the work you have to do just to keep this going and control the proper procedures and what have you.
Yeah, actually that's very true. I've gathered a lot of great people around me. And my long-term plan for the channel is to find a co-host and have the co-host gradually take over more and more and do more and more.
Right.
And then eventually I will just maybe be doing occasional things on the channel.
Yeah.
Always a presence.
Right.
And that's the long-term goal.
Okay. And you already answered the question, is it worth it? You want to expand on that?
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. Every person that comes up and says that, they tell me their story and their situation and that I've given them hope and a great new life. Every time I hear that story, I remind myself it's more than worth it.
Yes, and that's what you've done for me, Bob. You've helped me when I first started out, and you've been there for me. Even when I send you an email, you're so good about answering me. and getting back to me. That's important to your subscribers, that you have still communication. You haven't got so big that you don't care about the little guy, okay?
Well, you know, the way I look at it is, if the universe brings someone in my life, I have a responsibility.
Mm.
The universe brought them, and so I have an obligation. They're important. Each and every person is important.
How do you cope with the problems people bring to you?
You know, sometimes that is the hardest thing, because I hope to offer a solution and help, but I can't. You know,
Yeah.
so many times they're hoping for, you know, monetary. I give them money
right.
or something, and I doing everything I can to make that happen, but a lot of times I just can't, and that's when it's hard.
Yeah.
So I just have to accept my limitations.
Right. Well,
But
you're only one man, okay?
Right.
And that's part of why you established HOWA.
It is.
You're not alone anymore. You have
Right.
the whole community to help you do these things. So, okay. So, the next question is, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
No, you know everybody wants to know that. How did your date go that you raffled off?
Well, we haven't had it yet. We
Oh.
kind of had an understanding that it was, while the RTR was going on. We're shooting this when the RTR is just starting, and so I'd be way too busy. So that's still to come, and we'll see how it goes. And I think everyone knows it's not really going to be a romantic date. It's just
Well, I'm lucky I got a date with you today.
yes.
I didn't have to win the raffle to get a date with you. Thank you, Bob, for coming.
You're very
and
welcome.
I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to come.
Dee, you're very important to me.
So here's another question. It's a personal question.
Okay.
Who do you go to when you need to talk to someone, when you need support?
Well, I like to think I have a very rich spiritual life, and that's my way through. I have a higher power that I turn to in every moment of need,
Right.
and so that's how I get through.
That's great. Yeah, that's what I have. I have my faith.
Yes.
Truly, that's what keeps me going, and who I can go to when I really need somebody. He always hears me. Okay, so I guess really I only have a couple more questions.
Let me add a little bit to that.
Sure.
And I've surrounded myself. I'm kind of a loner, but I have surrounded myself in Howa with people that I don't know that I would say that I go to them for help, but their help,
Right.
just their being there,
Right. Moral support.
yeah, just their presence in my life,
Right.
And I would say that was Sue Ann and Phyllis and Casey and now Trina.
Yeah.
Just their being there is has changed my life totally.
Yeah. My only regret, Bob, is that after 4 years, we haven't really had a chance to get to know each other. And I really kind of wish we had. I know you're going all the time, and
That's
I
the
couldn't
problem.
travel, so that was a problem there. Okay, I have 2 more questions. What are some of the most unusual things you've experienced as a nomad?
Well, I had an encounter with a mountain lion, and
Wow.
and you know, not everyone gets to see a mountain lion up close. It wasn't real close, fortunately. Up close could be really bad. But it was a good 50, 100 feet away, and it stared at me, and I stared at him or her. And so that was probably one of the highlights of my experience as nomads. I've had numerous, when I was a campground host in the Sierras, there were a lot of bears up there, and I had numerous encounters, none in danger.
Right.
I never felt I was in danger. One time I think I did.
Did you feel you were in danger with the lion?
Yeah,
How did you get away?
I had gone home. Cody and that was Cody then. Cody and I'd walked for deep in the woods, and then I'd gone home, and Cody never came back. which had never happened before.
Wow.
So I went looking for Cody, and I went way out there, and this mountain lion stepped out in the road in front of me. And I was pretty convinced that this mountain lion had eaten Cody, because I hadn't seen him in a while. And the mountain lion stared at me, and I stared at the mountain lion, and he turned and went away.
Wow.
And I just felt like at that moment the mountain lion was just going to decide if I was going to live or die.
I guess that's the thing, is you can't show fear.
Yeah.
And you have to look like you're bold, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I have one last question, and please take as long as you want to answer this. Besides the RTR and Howa and all the Nomad stuff, who is the real Bob Wells? Tell us something we don't know about you.
That's a real difficult question to answer.
I know.
I don't know if I can say that.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, Bob.
And you know, it's not like I don't have a big, great answer. I mean, I'm just couldn't be any more average person. I guess I feel like I've had a calling, and I just put one foot in front of the other and try and do my best every day.
So that's really who you are. You do what you are.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I can't.
And you're
think of a
totally
better answer.
satisfied. You find satisfaction and pleasure and happiness from doing all the things you do. Is that correct?
It is. Yeah, this is just, and I really do think, I guess, there are people in need. And so I have a responsibility.
Right.
That I think that's part of human life that we leave out too much. We have an obligation and responsibility to each other.
Right.
Not just to
I
ourselves.
agree with that. We all have a purpose to help our worldwide family as much as we can individually. And so, yeah, I appreciate your time, Bob, and your comments. I would like to introduce Trina, if that's all right.
Sure.
Trina's helping Bob with doing the videos and setting up his appointments, pretty much. Can you tell us that's what you do?
Yes. I'm keeping track of Bob's schedule as best I can, and he's been particularly busy with the RTR.
Yes. And you got in here pretty much early, not even just on time. Bob, thank you so much for taking your time to share with us a little about who you are. And I do appreciate you coming all the way over here to see me. And I hope I'll be able to do this again someday. And of course, I know I'll see you. So,
Absolutely.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.